Hello and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. We're going to work on some more potatoes, y'all. Today is April 21st and we are toward the end of April and it's starting to really heat up. For the next 10 days, there's no frost in the forecast for me. I am in Southwest Ohio, Zone 6B. My last frost day is supposed to be April 25th, but who knows? I live in Ohio. It could be any time, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and put some more potatoes in for this year. The difference is that we're going to put the potatoes in bags instead of my raised beds. And I haven't shown you that yet this year. I've shown you this from past years, but not for this year yet. So for the potatoes that we're going to plant today, I have 4 varieties that we're going to plant. So my varieties are Nicola, and here's a picture of Nicola. Beautiful, beautiful potato. We're going to do a Yukon Gold. There's Yukon Gold. I think Yukon Gold is an early potato. We're going to do Purple Viking, my favorite potato. And we're going to do Canela, which is a russet potato. And so I have 4 containers here. I'm using grow bags. I believe these are all Vivosun. They are all Vivosun grow bags that we're going to put the potatoes in. Grow bags are a little different for me than my raised beds. I'm sorry about all the wind, y'all. This is the only time I could get out here and do this video. For my grow bags this year, I am going to do just a teeny little bit of hilling. I normally don't hill my potatoes very much, but I am going to try to do a little bit of hilling this year because I'm running low on soil. That's the only reason, just to be honest with you. I got enough soil to get these started and a few other things, but not enough to really top them off the way I like. So those are the 4 potatoes that we're going to start. I got all of my potatoes from the main potato lady, and most of the potatoes already are sold out. And there's so many different varieties to choose from: early, mid-season, late season, fingerling potatoes, russet potatoes, salad, and boil. What is it called? Salad potatoes. They're kind of waxy. So there are lots of different potatoes. I got my potatoes. When did I get my potatoes? Early March. And I have been planting ever since. So I already got them separated here. Some of them I've already cut in half so that they can harden, the skin can kind of dry up and toughen up before I put them in the bag. And I think that's all I need to tell you. What I have in the bag. So currently I have about 3, maybe 4 inches of happy soil in the bottom of my bag. And we are going to add, let me get my gloves, several different amendments to my soil. Now you don't have to do all of this, y'all. You don't have to do this. You can put your potatoes in the dirt, like the ground, and you get potatoes. But I just want to increase my odds, let's say that, as well as increase the size of my harvest. That's the only reason why I do these steps. But we're going to add some bone meal. Bone meal is good for vegetables or plants, I should say, that grow below the ground. And I'm not measuring, y'all. I'm just putting it in there. There's no measuring happening here. I'm also going to put some blood meal because I have some. And blood meal is for nitrogen. So above the ground. It's for the leaves and things of that nature. And I don't always have blood meal, but I got a little blood meal. Just taking a little handful here, dumping it into each of my bags. And then I'm going to do an all-purpose fertilizer, which is going to honestly help it in all different areas. Again, I'm just grabbing a handful. And then I'm just going to mix it in. And when I mix it, y'all, I'm only mixing the top couple of inches. Let me show you. There's a lot of shadows around here, so you might not be able to see it. but it's just lightly mixed in. And now I'm going to add some potatoes. So let's start with the purple Vikings because that's just what I have in my hand. Oh, that's a big potato there. I could cut this potato into smaller pieces, but I'm not. I'm going to put one there. That's some nice growth. When you're putting this in here, usually you want to put it in here with the eyes facing up, but I got eyes going in 500 different directions on this one here, so we'll just put it there. And I'm only going to put 3 in here. And that's all I'm going to put in this bag, 3 Viking potatoes. And then I'm going to do, let me put my name tag in there before I forget. And I'm going to do the same thing for all these other bags. Where's Nicola? Nicola, I have some that are already scabbed over. I'm going to put a few more in this bag because they're smaller potatoes. So let's put 5. These are 10-gallon grow bags. I didn't say that. For the russet potatoes, now y'all, I'm looking for big baking potato. Like this is not big enough for me. I want a potato at least this size or bigger for baking potatoes. So since I'm looking for big potatoes, I'm not going to overcrowd it. I'm only going to put 2 potatoes in here. Hopefully I'll get some nice size baking russet potatoes in there. And this last container is Yukon Gold. I'm going to put 4 potatoes in there. Maybe. Now it's time to go to the next step, which is to cover the potatoes and go through all the same steps that I used before, but I'm also going to use just a little bit of compost. Wind trying to blow it all away. So I'm going to add just a little bit of compost. This is organic land and sea. If you have your own compost, you don't have to buy it. I do have compost, just not much. And I need a lot of compost right now. Organic land and sea, I can't find it in the stores. I buy it on Amazon. It's not cheap. Some people use black cow. I personally don't like black cow. But there are other compost out there. You find the one that works best for you. Some people use mushroom compost. So there are options out there. Put a little more in this one. And I'm going to follow that same process. Bone meal. Blood meal. And fertilizer. Mix it in. All I got to do now is water it in. After I water these in, we will wait for the potatoes to peek their little heads up and we'll be able to see how they're doing. But let me show you how the first potatoes we put in are doing so you can see what it's going to look like when they first start showing their heads above the soil. So in this bed right here, I have some of the potatoes starting to poke their little heads out, especially right in there. There's some coming up. The purple Viking is trying to come up over in there. There's a canela trying to come up, but that's what it's going to look like. And so it's going to take a minute, and it's been fairly cold here, but they will start coming up and then we will get them covered up. So we will heal just a little bit and then we will cover with mulch so that they stay nice and moist. So when I'm watering, they don't dry out too quickly. I have more potatoes over here coming up. I got Desiree coming up right there in the front and some potatoes from last year. They're starting to poke their little heads up. But now let's move those bags over here. So now you've got to see the places where I already have potatoes. Now I'm going to bring those bags over here because this will be the home for those potatoes. Let me get them over here. Start placing my bags. So the bags are in. All I got left to do is water them in. My preferred method to grow potatoes are in my metal raised beds and then in my grow bags. Those are my preferred two ways of growing potatoes. I have grown potatoes in plastic pots before, but I don't plan on doing that this year. Instead, I am running an experiment by growing potatoes in boxes. But that's it for today. Just a short potato planting, if you want to call it that. And I'm showing you how I'm doing it in my grow bags versus the metal raised beds. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe, like, share, all of those good things, just so I can keep this content coming for you. And there will be lots and lots of videos coming in the future, probably another one in just a couple of days. So until next time, and I hope there will be a next time that you hang out at Kim's Cozy Corner with me. Bye.